What's good, everybody? This is Derek Owens Jr. with the Central Ohio High School Showcase. And I have a very special interview today. One of the up and coming rising tennis stars, not only in Ohio, she's already dominated that, but across the country. One of the top rated tennis players in all of America in high school. And going to be looking to climb the ladder very soon. And we'll get into her possibilities in the future, possibly as a professional as well. This is Amiya Bowles of Bexley High School. How you doing, Amiya?
Hi, good. How are you?
Thank you for joining us today.
Of course.
All right. So you just came off your very first tennis championship, one of the few freshmen ever in over 40 years to claim a title, a state tennis championship title. Just talk to me about the experience, the excitement, not only for yourself, but what you brought to your family and this historic achievement for you.
Yes, I was very happy with the outcome, obviously. Everybody was really just overwhelmed with a lot of joy because it was really a big goal of mine to win the state title this year, and it just came true.
Now, when you say you were overwhelmed, right? You had an amazing season, undefeated, right? 21 and 0. A lot of your matches ended 6-love, which is complete domination. So just express to me why you were overwhelmed. Did you have any maybe doubts that you would win a state championship?
No, it was just with it being one of my a goal of mine, and me reaching it was just really exciting to see.
It was a lot of support from Central Ohio. We're not big on tennis, right? We play football and basketball, and we run track. But I mean, you opened the entire Central Ohio tennis world to not only who you were, but some really good tennis being played out there.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, when did you start playing tennis? Do you remember how old you were? And what are some of the other sports that you played so far?
Yes, I started tennis at around the age of 4, and during that time I was balancing basketball, swimming, track, soccer, all those sports. And so when COVID happened, that's when I had to really start dialing in more on tennis because it required that distance. And so that's been the focus ever since.
Talk to me about some of the other sports you played, basketball, soccer. I've heard you were a really good basketball player. Talk to me about the sport and maybe what you miss about it just a little bit.
Yeah, basketball was definitely really fun. I remember a lot of good memories there. And something that I missed was definitely like that team bonding thing
Yes.
going on. Tennis is more of like a lonely sport, kind of. You're by yourself, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So with basketball, you have teammates like on the court with you, like to help you and stuff like that, and
A little bit
really
more
have your back.
camaraderie.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, no question. Soccer. You were played soccer. Talk to me about what was your strong suits in soccer. Were you a goal scorer, defender? Did you play goalie? What did you do on the soccer pitch?
I actually play. I think I play like almost every position. To be honest, like I remember, I have like a memory when I was younger. I was a goalie, and I kicked the ball like when I was a goalie to go to my other team, but I kicked it in the other person's goal.
Wow. So you
So
scored.
yeah, so I scored as a goalie. So I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't mean to do that, but I did
That's
it.
unbelievable. I know Pop's got that on video somewhere. We love to see that. Um, I want to ask you, so you're ranked nationally, internationally, and in the previous year, you had an opportunity to play in a couple professional tennis matches against professionals. Talk to me about what that experience was like playing against actual pros.
Yeah, it was really good exposure. It really helped me learn more about my game and learn what I have to, focus more on and do better on to get to that higher level. They hit with like a different pace and like different. They have different IQ, so it's like you gotta like expect anything coming to you. And so it was really a learning experience for me to like know now I know where I am now, so now how to get to that level.
Absolutely. Now, I believe that coming up, you can play in up to 8 professional tennis matches. Um, just talk about when you go into a match against pros, what are your goals? Do you want to reach a certain, do you want to advance the furthest? Obviously, you want to win a championship. But what are some of the small things that you can take away from when you compete against a person that may be an adult?
Yeah, I definitely want to just go in there playing my game, playing to my strengths and not trying to overdo a lot of things, and not being too intimidated by like the pro like title
Mm-hmm.
like that they have. And so I'll just go in there and relax, stay relaxed, and just know what I practice is like it got me here, and I'm gonna win that way or lose that way. And so that's just my focus.
Absolutely. Um, okay, so on these professional tours, you've been able to run into some pros, right?
Yes.
Some of the next generation, let's call it, of these professional athletes, like a Sloane Stevens or Madison Keys, a Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka. Just talk about when you have an opportunity to speak with some of these up and coming, well, not up and coming, but professionals. What do you get a chance to take away from in those interactions?
Yeah, I really take away like the way they carry themselves on and off the court. You know, they're like very intense. Like on the court, I've been able to watch some practices, and they're like very intense, very focused, very determined on the court. But outside the court, you know, they still carry themselves like as like a pro, like you know, like still courteous and kind,
Hmm.
but still like focused and know what needs to be done.
Absolutely. Um, I like to talk about academics, right? Even in a sport like tennis or track and field or any sport where a young person can become a professional early in their career, sometimes academics get lost in that. But I've heard that you want to be a doctor. So you can't be a doctor without school. So just talk about how important academics are, the foundation you're setting right now as a young athlete, and how that's going to prepare you if for whatever reason tennis is cut short for what have you, that you can still have that base academically to maybe be a doctor one day.
Yes, I do want to be a doctor, and yes, academics are very important. You know, my parents always stress academics ever since I was super young, and you know, academic you can't have like all the skill in the world for sports, but not have the academics. So you know, academics definitely comes first before that.
Absolutely. So what kind of doctor would you like to
I
be?
would like to be a pediatrician. You know,
Pediatrician, that's with the babies, right?
yeah, that's with like the kids and stuff.
Okay, so I'm not that dumb. I picked up a little bit of that. Um, let's see. I want to talk to you about the GOAT. Serena Williams, right? You're very young, so she's past halfway of her career when you come on the scene and you start to pick up on, the impact that she has had as the greatest tennis player of all time. Can you just talk about your thoughts and feelings when I bring up the name Serena and her sister Venus and what they've meant to you now that you've entered into this tennis realm?
Yes, they're very very inspiring. You know, like just their journey in general just is like so inspiring to me, especially as a young black girl. Seeing them growing up and watching them play and dominate throughout the whole tennis career and make a lot of history. So that's definitely a word that comes up when I hear them. It's very very inspiring.
Absolutely. Now, you have something in common with Venus and Serena. You have a younger sister as well, Nyla, and she also follows in your footsteps, plays tennis as well. So just talk about the bond between you and your sister, and if you see any similarities of the Williams sisters and how they came up and how they, raised with their father and, the coaching background. Do you see any similarities and what's your relationship with your sister?
Yes, and so my sister is my best friend, Nala. She is starting to play tennis now. I'm just glad to like we practice together. You know, we always have each other's backs. You know, we're always there for each other, and I'm just glad to see her like doing well and being happy. And that's definitely similarities that we have with the Williams sisters. You know, with them being so close together and their bond is just like inseparable.
Now, I believe that Venus was older, Serena was younger, right? And, Serena went on to take off past the history that Venus was setting. Is your younger sister going to be better than you?
Obviously, I don't want to say that, but I mean, I would be happy for her either way. But obviously, I would want to be good, but I would be happy for anyone either way. I'd be happy for Nala even if she were to pass me.
She's going to learn all the tricks from you.
Yes,
She's going to master them. So you'll be playing in the U.S. Open against each other one day. Pretty awesome, huh?
yes, that would be fun.
Let's see. So you've been recognized by the USTA, the United States Tennis Association, as a top 5 prospect in your class. And with that, you get the opportunity to go down to Florida and train, or Orlando and another place in Florida. What is it?
It is,
You said you were going there in a couple weeks.
oh, Plantation, Florida.
Plantation, Florida. Just talk about that opportunity to get trained by some professionals, get a chance to be in the warm weather, not like it is here in Ohio, but and you know, add pieces to your game, learn from, professionals, and now they have you on the radar to be one of these uh, up and coming tennis stars. Talk about what that experience is like.
Yeah, I'm just very thankful to have that experience, to train down there with those pro coaches. They've been in that type of atmosphere, like that pro atmosphere, and,
Hmm.
and just having that like exposure. The juniors down there, I get to train with one of the top juniors, all the girls down there. And, we all push each other, and it's just like, like intensity, like very intense. And so like we all go back and forth, back and forth. So we're all just getting there to get each other better.
Now, when you practice with, when you go down here for Florida for these practices, these are all different age groups of girls, right?
Yeah.
Or up to the high school level
Yes, it's like around the same age group though. They keep you like around the same, but
age. Okay.
yeah.
Um, I want to talk to you about your support system. Okay. Your dad is your coach. Not everybody, not everybody has dad right there, right? Or in some instances, dad is there, but they don't want dad there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But just talk about having your dad there as your coach and being able to lean on him, not only on the tennis side, but when real life intervenes as well. And then having your sister right there as well. And just talk about that bond that you guys have been able to create through the sport of tennis.
Yes, yes. My dad, he's been my coach ever since I picked up a racket. He's taught me everything I know, and I'm just very thankful for that, and I'm very thankful for him. And I'm very also thankful for my support system because they've always been behind me and they've always had my back in tough matches. And I'm just glad to see my sister following up that path and um, doing well in tennis.
Your mom doesn't say a lot. Is she the loudest one screaming at the matches?
Not really. I mean, she will sometimes, but not as much. She'll just be cool, calm, and collected back there.
That's what she is. Yes, yes. Um, the last thing I'd like to ask you, Amaya, is you're going to have an amazing influence, okay? Moving forward, people are going to start to follow you. The tennis world already knows who you are. What kind of impact would you like to leave on young girls that look like you, right? That, we are seeing more in tennis, but you're going to have the opportunity to really come back and really touch them at a ground roots level. Just talk about what you'd like to give back to young black girls in the sport of tennis.
Yes. So I've already seen it already. A lot of people come up to me like talking about like their tennis. A lot of little girls have been talking about their tennis things with me and stuff like that. I've actually been able to give this little girl one of my rackets.
Really?
For tennis. Yes.
Talk about that. What did she want? Did she want you to sign it? Did she want you to, what did she
Um,
need?
so she was starting tennis, and I met her and saw her, and I was like, hey, you can borrow my rackets. So I gave her two of my old rackets to use. And, she was just head over heels with it. She was like, thank you so much, and it was just good to see that. So if I'm able to like give back to like that community, then that would definitely would be good for us.
And just to add on, you've been on an award tour, right, with your fam out here, and you've been able to kind of rub elbows with a lot of dignitaries out there, and politicians want to meet you now, and you've they're opening doors for you. Just talk about what that's been like. You were down at the State House the other day and recognized the city of Bexley, or the community of Bexley has also recognized you as well. What has that award tour been like, being recognized for your state championship?
That's been really good. It's been a glimpse of like upcoming things that might that will be happening next.
Yes.
And so just getting that little taste of like me being at the state house, like meeting the senator, and getting that resolution, and me with the board of education at Bexley City Hall, getting those awards. It's just like a taste of like what will be in the future.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, Are we going to see you in any other sports in high school before you leave in this next 4 years? Are we going to see you in a swimming pool? Are we going to see you on a track? Are we going to see you on a soccer pitch? Are we going to see anything else from Amiya Bowles?
Possibly in the coming years, but we'll just have to see how everything goes.
I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of tennis, if not other sports as well. As you can see, articulate, knows where she's going, head on her shoulders, outstanding family support. And just stay tuned, pay attention, and you'll see where she ends up. It's going to be at the top, I'm sure. For Amiya Bowles, I am Derek Owens Jr. with the Central Ohio High School Showcase. Thank you all for your support and checking us out. And we'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Be easy. Peace.